Yeah, good morning, students. Selamat pagi. Thank you for coming back to my class. Ya, yang belum bertemu tadi pagi. How's it going? Apa kabar nak? Yang belum bertemu tadi pagi? Are you okay today? You seem so silent. What's going on? Are you ready for this lesson, English? Take it easy. Today we're going to do is with chill, enjoyable, something like that. Yeah. So don't get stressed. Yeah, I think we can just start. Biar waktunya cukup. Let me share. Oh yeah. So today I'm not going to show you any slides. I'm going to play the video. You know, I need to change sometimes, ya kan? Saya mau ubah-ubah, so I need to see what kind of teaching you guys like most. So today I provide you with some video, yeah, some learning video, and while playing the video, I will also try to explain. Ya, jadi saya ganti slide-nya dengan video. So we're going to watch two videos today because we're going to talk about two different topics. They're basically standing for the same for the same team, tapi dia dibagi dua, comparative and superlative. Here we go. Okay, can you see my screen? Belum mulai, udah pegang-pegang kepala. What's going on? Santai ya. Okay. So as I told you before, I would like to play you videos about the topics. Ya videonya gampang, simple. Yang penting kalian mengerti. So here we go. Please watch. Yeah, please watch this video since the topic will be on your mid test. Yeah. Here we go.
ESL Library. Comparative adjectives. What are adjectives?
I don't find that everyone is ready. Where is the camera? I cannot see everyone. Can we start? Okay, here we go ya. Saya ulangi.
Comparative adjectives. What are adjectives? Adjectives are words that describe nouns. Adjectives can give us information such as the size or age of a noun. Adjectives can also tell us someone's opinion about a noun or describe how someone is feeling.
Okay, so comparative or superlative, yeah, both of them are talking about adjectives. First thing first, we need to remember what we use adjectives for, gitu ya. So we use adjective to describe nouns, yeah, to describe nouns. So there are many kinds of adjectives, as you can see here, yeah. Ada information, ada opinion, ada feeling, and so on and so forth. So we use all of them to describe nouns. That's what you need to remember first. Siapa tahu nanti ini jadi soal ya. Apa fungsi adjective? Jelaskan. Beri contoh. Okay.
We use comparative adjectives to compare two people, places, or things. Comparative adjectives tell us how one noun is different from the other. For example, she is taller than him. This painting is more beautiful than that painting. My brother looks happier than my sister. How are
Nah, before we go to form, yeah, we have to remember that if you compare, yeah, if you compare only two things, yeah, you can use either positive degree positivity yang, if you still remember, yang as good as or something like that, gitu ya. But for today, yeah, we'll focus on the comparative. So we use comparative only to compare two things. Yeah, this one and this one. So if you compare one thing to many things, do not use comparative, gitu ya. Jadi nanti menganalisanya, kalau yang dibandingkan itu banyak, yang satu dan banyak hal, it shouldn't be comparative, gitu. But if it is compared between one and another one, yeah, it can be comparative. Let's talk about the form.
Comparative adjectives formed in English? It depends on how many syllables the adjective has. For one-syllable adjectives, we add er to the adjective. For example, short becomes shorter. If the adjective ends in a consonant-vowel-consonant pattern, we double the final consonant before adding er. For example, big becomes bigger. For two-syllable adjectives that end in y, we change y to I and add er. For example, hungry becomes hungrier, and noisy becomes noisier. For adjectives that are two syllables or more, we use the word more before the adjective. For example, modern becomes more modern, and expensive becomes more expensive.
Okay, so basically to form the adjective in comparative, yeah, we really consider about the syllable. Syllable itu suku kata, nah, kalau yang belum ngerti ya, suku kata. So, for example, Jaslyn, so two syllables, gitu ya. And then Sela, yeah, two syllables. Yangki, two syllables. Kalau Regina, three syllables, gitu ya. So generally, if the if the adjective consists of one syllable, kita tinggal tambah R or ER. Ya, that also happens with two syllables. Ya, two syllables juga biasanya kita tambah R or ER. But if the adjective consists of more than one or two syllables, it should be with more. Seperti yang kalian lihat tadi. But there are some exceptions.
Some comparative adjectives in English don't follow the usual rules.
Yes.
For example, the adjective good becomes better in the comparative form.
Nah,
Bad becomes worse, and far becomes farther or further.
Now, for these adjectives, they are in special cases. They do not use or they do not follow the rules of this one adjective with er, or this adjective with more. So they use different kind of changing. Jadi mereka itu berubahnya itu berbeda. Look at this. Good in comparative, we use better. We don't say more good or something like that. Bad, we don't say better, although it is one syllable, we say worse. And far, we don't say farther, but farther or further. Seperti itu.
The most common sentence pattern for comparative adjectives in English is subject plus verb plus comparative adjective plus than plus object. Let's look at some examples of comparative adjectives in a sentence. The blue house is bigger than the yellow house. Rock music is better than classical music. My dog is lazier than my cat. The singer is more famous than the actor. My boots are more expensive than your shoes.
Okay, so as you can see the examples, another characteristic of the comparative is the word then. So if we talk about, comparative, there must be this word then, then itu harus ada. So if you find the word then, something must be comparative, gitu. Itu aja ciri-cirinya. So if you find questions and then you find the word then, oh, this question should be in comparative, gitu ya. Jadi gampang analisanya. So here are some little practice. Now let's try
Look
to
at
do
the
this.
adjective. Say or write the comparative adjective.
Yeah.
For example, tall.
Of course, tall becomes Anyone
taller.
else? Yes, taller. Gitu ya. One syllable.
Now you try.
Okay. What about this? Careful. Can anyone say something before I call the name? I don't think that I need to call any names, ya kan? Dennis, kalau nggak ada yang jawab. Careful. What's the comparative word of careful?
Carefully, sir.
Berarti lost Dennis ya. Carefully is an adverb. Yeah, we don't talk about adverb, we talk about adjective. Kalau dia perbandingan, careful itu ditulis menjadi more careful because of what? Because careful, okay, more than one syllable. Yeah. This one, Kenzo.
Better, sir.
Better, of course. Okay, yeah, I think we can just skip some of this. What about this? Stefani. Stefani Oktarina. Ngantuk berat ini kayaknya. What's the comparative form of this? Stefani, noisy, yeah? If you find Y at the end of the adjective, you change it into I and then tambahkan ER. Seperti itu ya. So noisy becomes noisier. Yeah? Okay. Dangerous, what about this? I need to ask. Diva. Can you talk to me, Diva?
Yes, sir.
Yes, what's the comparative form of dangerous? Berapa syllable nak? Dangerous. 3 syllable. Sudah pasti pakai Diva. Diva, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, what's the comparative form of this? Ingat ya, kalau satu syllable atau 2 syllable, some ya, we use ER at the end of the adjectives. Kalau more than 2 syllables, pakainya apa? More atau most? Oh, berarti nggak perhatiin tadi, ya. Hati-hati lu nanti pas ujian. Dangerous, 3 syllables. Jadi kita bilangnya more dangerous. Okay, I think we can just skip this exercise and go to the next video. Before we go to the next video, have you got questions about comparative? Ada yang mau ditanya tentang comparative, nak? Have you got questions? If you have things to say, just say it. Ya jangan ditahankan nggak ngerti. Buktinya tadi sertanya ada yang nggak bisa jawab. Okay? If there are no questions, let's do this again. Yeah, the next one is superlative. Here we go.
ESL Library. Superlative adjectives. What are adjectives? Adjectives are words that describe nouns. Adjectives can give us information such as the size or age of a noun. Adjectives can also tell us someone's opinion about a noun or describe how someone is feeling. We use superlative adjectives to compare 3 or more people, places, or things. Superlative adjectives tell us how one noun is different from the rest. For example, she is the tallest girl in the group. This painting is the most beautiful of all.
Look at that. As I told you before, yeah, if two things, we use comparative. But if we compare one thing to many things, we use superlative, gitu ya. Jadi superlative ini bukan hanya dua, ya. It should be at least three, ya.
He is the happiest student in my class.
Now look at that. There are 4 students, yeah.
How are superlative adjectives formed in English? It depends on how many syllables the adjective has. For one-syllable adjectives, we add the and est to the adjective.
Okay.
For example, short becomes the shortest. If the adjective ends in a consonant-vowel-consonant pattern, we double the final consonant before adding est. For example, big becomes the biggest. For 2-syllable adjectives that end in y, we change y to I and add est. For example, hungry becomes the hungriest, and noisy becomes the noisiest. For adjectives that are 2 syllables or more, we use the words the most before the adjective. For example, modern becomes the most modern, and expensive becomes the most expensive.
Okay, just like the comparative, we also concern about the syllables, yeah, the number of syllables. Look at that one. 1 syllable, we follow this form, yeah. 2 syllable, yeah, and in Y, we follow this form. And 2 or more syllables, yeah, we follow this form. Now, in comparative, we have this special characteristic, yaitu then, gitu ya, nak ya. And in superlative, we also have this one, the, yeah. So the superlative sentence or the superlative adjective should be followed by the. Gitu. Jadi kalau kamu bilang dia yang paling tinggi, he is tallest, that's unacceptable. Gitu ya. It's supposed to be he's the tallest. Kira-kira seperti itu.
Some superlative adjectives in English don't follow the usual rules. For example, the adjective good becomes the best in the superlative form. Bad becomes the worst, and far becomes the farthest or the furthest. The most common sentence pattern for superlative adjectives in English is subject plus verb plus the plus superlative adjective plus object. Let's look at some examples of superlative adjectives in a sentence. The blue house is the biggest house on the street. Rock music is the best kind of music. My dog is the laziest pet in my house. The singer is the most famous member of the band. These boots are the most expensive shoes in my closet.
Okay, instead of doing this practice, I would like to ask you questions first. Have you got questions about this? Ada yang mau ditanya nak tentang ini? So it's basically similar, ya. It's basically similar. Yang beda itu apa? ER-nya jadi EST seperti itu, ya. Rules-nya sama, only the characteristic. We have than in comparative, we have the in superlative. Terus yang dibandingkan jumlahnya ya, in comparative only 2 things, in superlative it's supposed to be at least 3 things yang dibandingkan. Any questions? No, so let me ask you questions. Sebelum kita having fun dengan some practice, I would like to ask Stephanie. Stephanie, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Stephanie, what is the most expensive thing that you have ever bought? The most expensive thing. So you compare this thing to everything that you have bought. What is that? The most expensive? Wow. Kenapa diam? Nah, one more thing before Stephanie gives the answers, one more thing that you need to remember, students. The superlative, ya superlative itu, it is usually characterized by the word in, the word of, the word at, gitu ya. Jadi biasa diikuti kata-kata in. Misalnya, Mr. Reynolds is the happiest person in the world. Kalau udah in the world berarti more than one person, kan gitu ya nak. So it's supposed to be superlative. Atau misalnya, Kennedy is the most cheerful man or the most cheerful student in the class. Kalau udah in the class, there are more than one student. Kan gitu ya. Jadi dia superlative. So remember, kalau superlative itu biasanya ada in, ada of, ada at, or sometimes with that. Makanya tadi saya kasih contoh, the most expensive thing that you have ever bought. Okay. What is that, Stephanie? Benda paling mahal yang pernah kamu beli. Where is Stephanie? Aduh. Let me talk to Yongki. Yongki ini langka ya, langka kehadirannya di kelas. Yongki, are you there? Yongki?
Yes, sir.
Oh, baru bangun? Did you just wake up? Ngelek ya? Okay, then it doesn't work kalau misalnya nggak jawab ya nak. Let me just share my screen. This one. Let's just do this together. Sebagai bahan persiapan. Okay, let's do this exercise together. Ya, jadi kalian nanti, if you want to try this, ya, you can try this at home. Boleh, silahkan. Nanti I will attach the link on the Google Classroom. Wait a minute. Okay. So there will be a series of multiple choice questions. Yeah. So your job is only to choose one of the multiple choices. Here we go. Please turn on your voice and then say something. I'm not reading any chat. Ya. So, kalau buka-buka chat lagi repot. Okay, here we go. Okay, can anyone help us with this? My house is blah, 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 yours. How many things are compared? Two things. Kalau two things, kita pakai comparative atau superlative. Come on. Diam-diam aja ini.
A, sir.
A.
A.
A. Yeah. Good. Yeah, just give me the answer. Okay, that's number 2. What about that? The flower is pretty one in the garden. Look at that. Ada kata in. Langsung aja. Kalau in tadi, what did I say? Superlative. Jangan stres, nah. It's easy. Remember. Sorry?
B.
B. Are you sure?
C.
In the garden, kalau sudah ada in itu superlatif, berarti banyak yang nggak perhatiin ya. The answer is D, ya. In the garden, remember in the garden, there must be more than one flowers. What about this? On, ada on earth, so many people, right? The answer is
C.
yes. Don't say the most rich. Rich is one syllable, iya kan? What about this? Look at the things that are compared.
In.
Istanbul and Warden. Who said that? Apa tadi?
A.
A. Are you sure?
C.
Yang dibandingkan berapa nak? Kalau cuma 2 berarti nggak perlu superlatif.
Oh, C, sir.
Yes. Nah. My car, blah blah blah, yours. Nah. Hanya ada 2, mobilku dan mobilmu.
B.
B, yes. Don't say more new. New is one syllable. Gitu ya nak. Gampang loh. My mother.
D.
D is the prettiest, yang paling cantik. Okay. What about this? Look at that. Ada in. Oh, adalah. Apalagi jawabannya kalau sudah ada in.
A.
A. Yes. Easy, right? Oh, let me. Nah, so from this exercise, I found that some of you sebenarnya itu ada yang masih belum ngerti konsepnya. Ya. So let me repeat my explanation. Yeah. So students, comparative and superlative are about comparing things, gitu ya. The difference is we use comparative if you compare one to another one, gitu ya. But if we compare one to many things, itu kita bikinnya superlatif. Sir, membedakannya gimana? Comparative, ciri-cirinya ada ER, bigger, gitu ya, sweeter, gitu ya nak. Or maybe let's say taller, seperti itu. Itu contoh adjektifnya. Kalau superlative, it's supposed to be with ST or EST. Biggest, tallest, highest, richest, gitu ya. Nah, but sometimes we have more, we have most. Yeah, we sometimes have more, we sometimes have most. What are the difference? Nah, bedanya itu apa? If the adjectives consist of one syllable, syllable itu suku kata. Lagi-lagi ya saya bilang suku kata. Misalnya Dennis, 2 syllables. Berarti kita pakainya more. Ya. Kalau misalnya Stephanie 3 syllables, kalau sudah 3 pakai more atau most. More is for comparative, most is for superlative, gitu. Ya. And then don't forget in comparative, in comparative we have then, harus ada then-nya. Ya. In superlative we use the, gitu. Jadi misalnya Stephanie is the most diligent student, gitu ya. Kalau kamu bilang Stephanie is most diligent, itu nggak cukup. Ya, it is not considered correct. Okay. And other characteristics, ya ada beberapa karakteristik lain. I told you that if in a comparison sentence, kalau di dalam sebuah perbandingan, you find in, you find on, you find off, you find that, ya, the comparison tends to be superlative, gitu. Jadi ya sama seperti tadi. Kenzo yang paling aktif di kelas. Di kelas itu kan bukan cuma Kenzo, ada banyak, gitu ya logikanya. So we see Kenzo is the most active. We don't say activist karena dia more than one syllable, gitu ya. yang 2 syllable ya, the word with 2 syllables yang bisa pakai ER atau EST itu yang akhirnya Y. Ya, happy. Happy kan 2 syllables, happy. Ya. But because the end of this word is Y, kita ubah jadi I, dan kita tambah ER for comparative, kita tambah EST untuk superlative gitu. And don't forget there are some special cases in which some adjectives doesn't follow the rule of ER or EST. Contohnya apa tadi? Good. We don't say gooder for comparative. Instead, we say better. Gitu ya. For the superlative, we don't say goodest. Yang ada goddess. Ya, goddess itu it's something different. Ya. We don't say goodest, but instead we say best. Gitu ya. Contoh kedua tadi apa? Bad. Bad itu kita nggak bilang better, tapi kita bilangnya worse. For the superlative, we say the worst. Gitu. And so on and so forth. Ada beberapa tadi. Any more questions? Ada yang mau ditanya? Tidak ada, sir, berterima kasih ya. So good luck with the test. Kalau masih ada silakan ditanya. Have you got any questions, students? No? Ooh, thank you. You make it easy for me. Bentar ya, Nak. Okay, then if there are no questions, so I just think that I need to stop the recording.